Christians in Nigeria are being slaughtered, and the global silence is disgusting. Churches burned, families butchered, villages wiped off the map, and the world shrugs. Tonight we're talking about what's really happening, why nobody wants to cover it, and why even Trump stepped in and said, enough. Stay till the end because the point I'm going to make will make you rethink everything. As always, make sure to like and subscribe to Richie TV so you don't miss out the raw and unfiltered truth. Christians in Nigeria are being hunted, villages attacked in the middle of the night, pastors kidnapped, churches torched with people still inside. This isn't random, guys. This is systematic. This is targeted. On Christmas Eve, around 200 innocent men, women, and children were massacred across Christian villages in Plateau State. Not crime, not chaos, a coordinated slaughter. And the media called it clashes. Clashes? It's a clash when two sides fight. This was one side exterminating the other. Trump stepped in and said what global leaders wouldn't say. Stop killing Christians or America will get involved. He even warned about troops and airstrikes if Nigeria keeps ignoring the bloodshed. And don't forget, this isn't new. Back in 2018, Trump told Nigeria's president directly, these church attacks must stop.
They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world, very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Not whispered, not tiptoed, called out. Now let's expose the insane left-wing takes on this. It's farmers and herders fighting. It's climate change. Both sides commit violence. Christian persecution narratives are exaggerated. Really? You have burned churches, executed pastors, entire Christian villages erased, and someone in a newsroom says, yeah, it must be the weather? Imagine telling a grieving mother staring at ashes where her children used to sleep, technically, it's complicated. No, evil isn't complicated, it's evil.
I am very corporal. Chicken yam negi kondona yam hoa zela. So when I hear chicha, I can bambi kondo po I am discover kwasho hami. I'm torn. You one mom I can we me he wora. The bataya nzoa me heriga. A chombo yonge hem nege possible.
Nigeria's government says the situation is complex, that violence affects everyone. Sure, but why do the bullets always find Christians first? Why do the burned buildings always have crosses? And why do attackers shout religious slogans? They can wrap it in academic language, but everyone knows what's happening. We do. Complexity doesn't excuse genocide. Now, let's zoom out. Nigeria is still split between Christians in the south and Muslims in the north. Different cultures, different histories, forced into one country by borders drawn by people who never lived there. And extremists have been trying to erase Christians for years. Boko Haram, ISIS in West Africa, Fulani militant networks armed with military-grade rifles and coordinated intelligence. These aren't farmers with sticks, guys. These are organized terror groups. They know the villages, they know who is Christian, and they hit at night while families sleep with no warning. There is no 911 like in America, no police sirens, just screaming, gunfire, and fire. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If Christians were doing this to Muslims, CNN would be live streaming it. Celebrities would change their profile pictures. Politicians would be crying on camera. The UN would be holding emergency meetings. But because the victims are Christian, crickets. Apparently Christian lives don't trend well enough. Human suffering shouldn't need branding to matter. And that's what I'm the most sick about. This isn't an African issue. This is a global religious freedom crisis. Churches burned, children executed, communities erased. And the West says, let's not generalize. It's complicated. No, let's not normalize mass murder.
All of a sudden, when the mass is about to end, we had a 2 gunshot near this side. So everybody began to run. So what everybody's wondering, what is happening? What is happening? The things start then everybody begin to run.
Faith in Africa is strong. Christianity is growing there faster than anywhere else on earth, and that scares extremists. They don't burn churches because Christians are weak. By the standard textbook, they burn them because Christian faith is powerful. Darkness attacks light, but light wins when it refuses to hide. Remember that. Now, let me speak to the believers for a second. Jesus didn't promise comfort, he promised purpose. Faith isn't about sitting quietly. Faith is standing for those who can't stand alone. Faith is saying, not on my watch. Silence isn't peace. Silence is surrender, and we don't surrender. wonder. What needs to happen? Now, what needs to happen? Pressure on Nigeria's government, sanctions on militia funders, freeze assets, visa bans, support real security forces to defend villages, satellite monitoring, accountability. Helping Christians stay alive shouldn't be controversial. This is where we choose who we are. Do we scroll past dying believers because it's far away? Do we let media executives decide which victims count? Or do we say, not this time? Silence feeds violence. We are done being silent. If you're still here, you care. And that matters. Now, in 2024, the advocacy group Open Doors reported that 3,100 Christians were killed and 2,830 were kidnapped in Nigeria. One of the worst attacks was between June 13th and 14th in 2025 in Yalwata, Borno State. More than 200 Christian villages were massacred by heavily armed militants. Another wave, a coordinated attack in Taraba State between May 24th and 25th, where at least 50 civilians, and many of them Christian, dead and dozens of homes and churches burnt. Now, according to the US Commission on International Religious Freedom, the report says that Nigeria's federal and state governments continue to tolerate attacks or fail to respond to violent actions by non-state actors who justify their violence on religious grounds. The 2025 UK House of Commons Library briefing states that in 2024, out of 4,476 Christians killed for faith-related reasons worldwide, 70% of those were killed in Nigeria. Now, what does that tell you guys? So please share this, comment, spread awareness, say their names in prayer, support organizations protecting persecuted believers. They stood for their faith when it cost them everything. The least we can do is stand for them with our voices. This is Richie TV. We don't bend to narratives, we expose them. Hit like, subscribe, drop a comment saying, pray for Nigeria if you can, so the algorithm can't silence this story. To every Christian in danger right now, we see you, we love you, and no, we will not be quiet. God bless you and stay vigilant.